Trust me, keto is not all that bad. What people say, like, oh, well, bro, but you're doing keto. You can't have french fries. You can't have pizza. You can't have this. You can't have that. Chill out. Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I'm sure you've heard of the ketogenic diet, and I'm sure you've heard of the intermittent fasting diet as well. And you're kind of probably like, what should I do? Should I do keto or should I do intermittent fasting? So in today's video, I'm gonna break down the difference between keto and intermittent fasting, and you can decide which one of these diets fits your lifestyle the best. Now, before we dive into this video, guys, I want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Logan Delgado. I am a proud father, proud husband, proud son. I lost a total of 70 pounds utilizing the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. So let's dive into it. Going to our trusty little whiteboard right here. So I broke down a couple of key factors that most likely are going to determine whether keto or intermittent fasting is for you. So let's quickly go over keto. So for keto, it is a high fat diet. So what does that mean? You are gonna be getting your energy from fats, okay? So typically your standard American diet, you're getting your energy from glucose, which is carbs. But once you do keto, because you're not eating carbs, as you can see, it is a very low carb diet, your body is essentially gonna switch fuel sources and start using ketones as energy. Now, we're not gonna dive into the science, we're just pretty much gonna dive into whether you should do keto or intermittent fasting, what fits your lifestyle the best. So for those of you who love carbs, my wife, keto's probably not for you long term, okay? She can do keto off and on, but she loves her pasta too much. So, and let's be real, a lot of people love their pasta, a lot of people love their fries, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you can find a balance, it's all good. So that is one thing to, take into account. Does it fit your lifestyle? Are you someone who absolutely, you're Italian and it's against your religion to stop eating pasta? Well, then probably keto's probably not for you. So those are things you need to look at. And one thing about intermittent fasting is there are no restrictions. Technically, you don't have to restrict any food. So if you're someone who absolutely can't give up carbs, well, then there's factor one. You should probably go with intermittent fasting because it's not really a restrictive diet. Now, of course, if you're doing intermittent fasting, I would highly recommend you keep your food super clean. And I am a big advocate of combining intermittent fasting with keto. But again, this is not that type of video. We just want to figure out whether you should be doing keto or intermittent fasting. So there you go. It is a very, very low carb diet. And what I mean by very, very low, I mean no more than 30 grams a day. And I don't mean 30 grams of pasta, I mean 30 grams of vegetables, okay? Greens, carbs that you're probably not really used to eating for a day. So just be aware of that. Also, like we talked about, your body is going to be running off of ketones because you're not giving it carbs all day. When you do intermittent fasting, your body is still going to be using glucose as energy. So you're still going to be getting that energy from glucose that you're normally getting throughout the day if you're not doing ketogenic diet. Now, your traditional American diet, standard diet, let's just be real, most people are getting their energy from carbs. Now, again, over time, depending on what type of carbs you're eating, whether that's sugar and junk, as you get older, your body's gonna have a hard time dealing with that constant spikes of blood sugar, which then you become insulin resistant, and then you start getting fat because your body can't handle those spikes anymore, thus why people get type 2 diabetes. So again, tons of issues that could happen, but again, you need to make that decision. Intermittent fasting, it is a time restricted diet. So what does that mean? That means that if you have your last meal at 8 o'clock, you're not gonna have your first meal until about noon the next day. Now, for most people, that's pretty easy. That's pretty simple because most people have their dinner at around 7, 8 o'clock. They wake up, they're not hungry, they're getting ready for work, they start their work day, they have their black coffee, they get emails done, get everything done, and then boom, it's lunchtime and you have your lunch. So there are a lot of people who do intermittent fasting and they don't even know that they're doing intermittent fasting. They've been doing it because for most people, they just are not hungry in the morning. Me being one of those. I'm not one of those persons who has to get up first thing in the morning and eat. But if you are, well, then intermittent fasting probably isn't going to be for you, because with keto, you can eat whatever you want, okay? As long as you're following the ketogenic diet, which is 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. You can eat whenever you want. So if you get up first thing in the morning, you want to have some eggs, you want to have some bacon, you want to have some coffee with some heavy whipping cream, some butter, some MCT oil, you can do it. There is no time restriction when it comes to the ketogenic diet. So if you're one of those person who has to absolutely eat something first thing in the morning, well then maybe look at the ketogenic diet. And again, you can have so much food on keto. I know a lot of people always focus on this right here and this right here because high fat diet, very, very low carbs. I was like, oh my gosh, what can I eat? The possibilities are endless, okay? Let's be real. There are tons of good keto food. Carbs are not everything, okay? Pasta and French fries are not everything. Give me the steak, give me the salmon, give me the bacon, give me the brisket, give me the meat, baby. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, keto is not all that bad. What people say, like, oh, well, bro, but you're doing keto. You can't have French fries. You can't have pizza. You can't have this. You can't have that. Chill out, okay? I don't need all that stuff. Just give me a nice juicy ribeye with some avocados and some butter and I'll be good. There you go. That's one thing to keep in account. Now, one thing about intermittent fasting is that there is no snacking. There is no snacking because you only have a short eating window. And so for those eating windows, you want to be eating meals. You definitely don't want to be snacking. That's like the whole point of why you're doing intermittent fasting. If you're someone who has to have their snacks, well, you can do that with keto as long as they fit the ketogenic protocol when it comes to snacking on food. Like if you want to eat some celery with some cream cheese, jalapeno poppers, or something like that, right? Whatever's keto friendly treat you want, beef jerky, some salami, and some cheese, you can do that. So you can snack on keto as long as it fits your keto foods. Next up, which is one that affects me, okay, it probably affects a lot of you. You can have alcohol on intermittent fasting, but you cannot have alcohol or sugar when you're doing the ketogenic diet. Hell to the no, no. Boom, I know a lot of you just clicked out of here and said, yep, intermittent fasting is for me. I can't do keto. Now look, it's all about balancing everything, right? It's all about making everything in moderation, right? If you do keto, no, you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol, but if you want to have one on the weekends, that's fine. I'll let you decide, right? But technically, no alcohol, no sugar on the ketogenic diet. So for a lot of you who are very social, who loves to go out on the weekends with friends, you love to go watch the football games, and you always love to have your beer, you love your wine at the end of the night, well then you know what? Keto's probably most likely not going to be for you and it's not going to fit your lifestyle. But if you're doing intermittent fasting, you can do alcohol, you can do wine in your eating window, your 8-hour eating window, or whatever that time you want to eat at. Those are just a couple of the main factors when it comes to deciding whether the intermittent fasting diet is for you or the ketogenic diet is for you. Now, again, I know there is a lot of things that I'm missing, but these are just typically the main points. Like if I was trying to explain intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet to like my mom, to my grandma, to my grandpa, to my aunts and my uncles, and they needed to pick one, and I said, okay, these are the lists of things that you can do and you can't do. Right here, this list would make them decide which one fits their lifestyle. And I'm sure for most of you, it probably will do the same. So again, just a short, simple video on what's the difference between keto and intermittent fasting, and I'll let you decide over what we just went over, whether keto or intermittent fasting is for you. So I really, really want to know, guys, what fits your lifestyle? Let me know in the comments and let me know why. If it's keto, why does keto fit your lifestyle better? If it's intermittent fasting, please let me know. I really, truly want to come back to this video, and I definitely want to read the comments and just understand more like what fits people's lifestyle the best and why. Also, yes, I am rocking new glasses. These are the Fast Coach blue light blockers, blocking that blue harmful light. If you're watching this video, you're most likely on your phone, on your laptop, and those devices are giving out harsh blue light that keep you up, give you headaches, irritate your eyes. Get yourself some of these Fast Coach blues right here, blue light blockers, link in the description below. They are part of my company, so if you support me, support my company, please. Everything that goes towards that company goes to my 2 beautiful daughters, and you know I really, truly appreciate that. So link will be in the description below. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing, fam? What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. As always, guys, absolutely love you. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.